Just being honest. Nothing but the truth, yeah. Nothing but the truth, yeah. Honesty, CJ, honesty. CJ, honesty. CJ, honesty. CJ, honesty. Just being honest. Nothing but the truth.
Here on CJ Honesty, we will not tolerate the following: disrespect of religious beliefs, sexual orientation, sexism, racism, and colorism. All the isms, alright? Thank you.
Alright, thank you for tuning in to another episode of CJ Honesty. I want to recap on the last episode we had. We share our personal stories on racism and experiencing police brutality. And we also talked about some ideas for solutions in our society to resolve some of the things that's going on. So we want to dive into what the struggles and obstacles that an interracial couple may be experiencing, especially during this time, how their conversations may be going. So I want to this is our first guest, my good friend Brittany and her husband Michael, and they met in 8th grade in middle school. They were best friends for years. He was a football player and she was a cheerleader on the sidelines, rooting for him at the games. They started dating back in 2014. They were engaged in 2017 and married in last year, 2019. So they only been married for a year now. And they know each other better than anyone else. And they're extremely thankful that God has placed their souls together. So thank you for joining us.
Absolutely.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, I'm excited.
We are so excited. You know, this is our first podcast too, so we got a little nervous, but we are good to go, and we're happy to be here. So thank you for having us.
Yes. Mm-hmm. All right, so we're gonna get into it.
Yeah, definitely. Brittany and Michael, thank you so much for being on our show today.
Absolutely.
I think one of the first questions that comes to my mind, I think about in the dating aspect, when you first started dating someone, it's time for them to meet their parents and everything. Mm-hmm. It can be a little nerve-wracking, and I'm thinking, is it more impactful with you guys being in a interracial relationship? Does it make it that much even more nerve-wracking for you guys to meet each other's parents?
I don't think so. In general, no. I would say meeting really anyone's parents is nerve-wracking in and of itself. Does it add a different aspect? Yes. But I think that's where it kind of comes down to both of us. Like, you know, with any relationship, you kind of like give the deets about the parents and like, okay, do this, don't do that, or like this. So like, I think previously we both had a feeling of, okay, everything's going to be fine, so don't worry about the race in particular. But yeah, you're always nervous to meet the parents.
Yeah. So for Michael and I, both of our moms, we got to meet in high school. So that was easy in itself. So I think he met my mom when he came to my house one day with 2 other cheerleaders, and we watched like Paranormal Activity, and you know, so only imagine how that was going. If we're all watching a scary movie, we all scream, get a little closer, whatever. But and then as for his mom, I met his mom for the first time on the football field. I don't know why, but it was a surprise. Michael had told his little brother, which honestly now is 6 foot something, but before was like I don't know, 5'2" maybe. And he told his brother to kind of like look out for me and say hello to me. And so it was this cute little boy that came to the fence and was like, oh, like, can I see Brittany Anderson, please? And I'm like, okay, who are you? He's like, I'm Mike's little brother. I wanted to say hi to you. So it was the cutest thing. Anywho, in that situation, I got to meet his mom as well. And she was just cheesing from ear to ear, telling me how beautiful I am, and so happy to know that Michael and I are really good friends. And so for the mom's part, it was completely fine. Even for the father's part, which we didn't meet each other's fathers until we were dating. Yeah. And we were both equally nervous because I guess something about the father figure is a lot more nerve-wracking than the mother figure. And both fathers were very welcoming. I don't know why I was so nervous to meet his dad. He was so nervous to meet my dad. And it turned out to be really good. Like, they both said that we were meant for each other, and we're very welcoming. It's beautiful.
Wow, that's good to hear. That was a nice story how you both met. And I love to hear when people been friends for years. It's just something about it. You have that strong bond that you created.
Yeah,
It's
connection.
true.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. So I want to ask you, so when you guys started dating, did people stare at you? And like, especially when it comes to the older generation, like the older folks, how did you feel when you actually started going out? Or how was that?
I got you. I'm gonna kind of take it back a quick second. When we first started dating, she had asked if I was ready for an interracial relationship. I didn't really understand what her question was, and she kind of had to explain it a little bit. And then I was like, oh, okay, like I now understand what you mean, because I just saw like people like, yeah, she's a different color, but I didn't understand what she meant as far as there's still racial issues.
And then to add to that, Michael grew up not seeing any racial things. He didn't realize that, like, that there were just so many racist people out there. He just was not brought up that way.
Like, I knew that was a thing.
Yeah, he knew it was a thing, but not in our area.
Or like just today anymore. I was just like, oh, okay, like that was a thing back then, and it's not an issue anymore.
Right.
But, so
I would.
The question. Oh yeah,
about dating. If you had people staring at you, how was people's reactions in public?
Yes.
When you see it.
I don't really look at it. Like, yeah, people definitely look, or maybe look at it as longer to consider staring, but I think that's just because she's so gorgeous. But like, she is a very beautiful woman, so I'm like, I got the pick of the crop. So I don't notice anything different about the older generation. Like, I don't really notice it. I'm just kind of walking with my best friend, and she's more of the person to notice and pick those things up. But
yeah, he will. He's more of like head high, holding my hand, and like not caring about anybody at all. Just like, I'm here with my person. I'm about to walk through these stores, streets, whatever, with my person. But me, on the other hand, which I am still the same exact way, I'm just more of the like observant person. I'm always, again, being as a Black individual, I have to always be observant. You don't know who, when, you just don't know. So do people look? They do, but not in any type of way to make you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I think that interracial relationships have been around for a long time now. Long enough for people to realize, like, it's a thing. Clearly we got to get over it. So let me not be, in any type of way or form to, be an issue to them. But and
I also think that just being in Jersey helps a lot.
Right. In the town that we're in, and the towns that we're in. So South Jersey, period, we're very diverse over here. So we don't really have to be as worried. You see a lot of interracial couples around here all over the place, all over South Jersey, and, you know, all throughout cities and everything like that. So, yeah.
All right, that's good. You didn't experience anything crazy.
Yeah.
You know,
No,
that's a blessing.
thank God. Thank God. I'm not saying it would never happen because, you know, I can't tell the future, but thank God thus far we've been pretty good. But sometimes I'll have my chest out, you know, say it with my chest, and I'm like, all right, maybe today is the day.
You're right. I'm ready. Yep, let's go. You gotta protect what's yours. You gotta protect, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yo, so I can hear the bond that you two have together.
Feel it.
This
Do you guys not feel it?
This is my whole entire world. This is my baby, my everything. Like, I love this man wholeheartedly. This is legit my best friend, the person that literally knows me like no other, and vice versa. So thank you for noticing that, just even through our, you know, our voices and our bond. Like, it's real. It's legit. And some people don't even believe it's real, and that's the crazy part. I'm like, no. There's nothing fake about this. Like, this, everything you see in here, this is it.
You just haters. Just haters.
Yes. Hater.
Yes, exactly. Oh, it must not be real. No, don't play. It's real. I promise. I'll show you.
So do you guys feel like it took you guys longer to get that bond that you have with each other, as opposed to, I guess, a couple that's of the same race?
I don't think so. Like, we were friends for so long, which I think was its own benefactor. Like, we already knew the character and like who each other were as a person. Of being a different race, I don't think that really played any part of it necessarily. Like, yeah, it has its own differences, but for the most part, like, being friends for so long, we were able to already know each other, and kind of fall in love with the character. Like I said, the character already. But yeah, once we started dating, it just kind of opens up a field of something different. Of like, you're getting a lot closer. You're now getting the everyday personal likes and dislikes, and pretty much anything that you have with any other relationship. You're just figuring out the person on a whole different, new, more intimate level, and getting everything. So I don't think so.
Yeah, no, like everything he just said was completely valid. You know, knowing each other for so long and knowing each other from the back of our hands. Like, I used to tell people, you know, he could like raise an eyebrow, just one little eyebrow for like a half a second, and I go, oh no, what's wrong? What happened? What happened today? What did it? Like, I'll just go in and tell me. Come on.
She's so good.
I'm so good at it because I'm so observant. I'm so in tune with my best friend that I've known since the 8th grade. So even if thank God he's a good person, but even if he tried to, you know, get away with anything, I already know him and he already knows me. And
I love it.
I
think it's awesome.
He thinks it's hilarious. He's like, how did you know? I'm like, I got this, okay? I can tell by the little hair on your toenail. I don't know. No. It's like,
last night? No.
But yeah.
To start the relationship, I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either. It was nothing too different at all.
Well, so y'all started dating, right? But then, okay, after dating comes, you know, marriage. That's some people's goal. That's a totally different level of when it comes to being married. So, how does your family and friends feel about your marriage?
We got me, or you want me to do it?
Go ahead.
Okay, I got it. Sorry, we came up with a plan of like, all right, tap, your turn. Tap, my turn. Tap. So, honestly, our entire family on his side, both
and friends,
mom and dad's side on his, mom, dad's side on mine. We both have step parents and we have friends. Absolutely, everybody is unbelievably accepting.
We have an amazing support system.
We really have an amazing support system, and I feel like you know, in this day and age, it's really good to have such a support system, no matter what, if you're in a, you know, not even in an interracial relationship or not. Like, it's just so good to have a support system. And we have some really good people that look up to our relationship, and not because of the color of it, absolutely at all, nothing to do with that at all, because of the love that we share and how we treat each other. And you know, the individuals that they have chosen may not always be the best of the best person that they have chose, and they look up to it, like the love that we have is like, oh my gosh, like, you know, it's so pure and true. And so basically we have a good support system. Everyone is absolutely okay with it, unless they're faking it. They're doing a really good job faking it. Because I believe it.
And is it the same for your side too, for your family? Is his side is like accepting, but how about your side? Your family's accepting too?
Oh yes, yeah. Everyone. My mother is, during the whole engagement period and going up to the wedding. That was something completely different. My mom kept jumping in as like, no, I'm getting married to her. No, she's my girl. And like, that was an ongoing.
His mom is legit one of my best friends. She really is. I can tell her everything. I feel so bad when I hear certain stories about how mother-in-laws are to certain people, you know, to, you know, their daughter-in-laws and all of that. But his mom is one of the most purest, special individuals in this world, and I love her so dearly. So,
like, if I had to fear anybody from taking or like stealing my girl, it was my mom. But like, as far as my family, like, she was my date to my sister's wedding, and like and
when I was the date to his sister's wedding, I wasn't his anything yet. I was just his best friend.
Like 2 years before we started dating, and I had asked her to be my date to my sister's wedding, and so we got there, and I didn't think of anything of it. It was just my best friend, and I was the best man, so like, I was pulled off to like do pictures and do this and do that, and I just see her going and just nailing it. She was making friends with everybody. She was going and talking. She was, sorry, Danielle, but she was part of the light of the party. Like,
his sister's name's Danielle.
To me, she was just hitting it. She was talking with all of my family. My family was loving her. And we were getting I was getting a lot of questions like, are you guys dating? And my mom would get a lot of, like, told me afterwards, like, everyone was asking if we were dating because we were so perfect and whatnot.
And if we weren't dating, then we should be dating.
Oh, yeah, and exactly that. Like, oh, they're not? Why aren't they? They totally should be. They look like they are. They are so perfect together. So like, a lot of my family had met her then. And then my dad had met her once we were dating, and he absolutely adores her. Yeah, he's so happy that I was able to be with my best friend. So
yeah, and it's good to hear that again from the father figure too. And he basically said something like, you know, the world is crazy. It wasn't the exact words, but like, the world is crazy, and, you know, don't ever let anyone change what you have between you two. Like, don't let anyone try to pull you apart. Like, just keep doing what you guys are doing and move forward.
That's a good advice. Definitely.
Yeah.
That's a very good advice to take.
Absolutely.
Definitely. So with you guys being told that, not, you know, being torn apart from each other and staying together, adjusting to each other, is there any way that you guys really had to adjust to each other with your cultural differences, or anything you guys learned from each other even, maybe?
I think the one big difference for me was just the fact of water. Like, in the regards of like going out in the rain, or just jumping right into a pool, or pulling your loved one into the pool.
Oh,
I would have to say that's the biggest difference.
I would look at him like, you better not. I will
Yeah.
find you in your sleep. You better not like pull me into that water. I am not doing it. Even like in the shower. Any like, you know, being African American, beautifully made with my beautiful hair. Like I had to express to him, you cannot wet me with the water. Don't do that. Like wet the bottom half of the body, but do not do the upper half or I will come after you. And so like even for like I said, for the shower, like he got accustomed to, you know, he would make the light out situation. So he'll find like the cutest little shower caps for me for shower time. And like let's just say if it's raining outside, I don't have to ask him at all. I never even have asked him. He will just just take off his hat and give me his hat if it's raining. Or give me his jacket to cover up my hair, knowing that I'm gonna not be the happiest person if my hair is getting wet. And
You're always happy.
I'm always happy, but I'm not gonna be as happy if that rain touches my head. So I would think, yeah, like you said, that would be the biggest one, the water. And then the other one is we have this little thing that we'll call it interracial probs. So interracial problems. And really what we mean by that is when we take pictures, when we used to take pictures, at least phones have updated now, but when we used to take pictures, he would come out super light and pale. I would come out super dark and like midnight and can't see me like at all. And like, you know, I'm looking like the night sky maybe, so you can't see me in the picture. And then vice versa, you tap the screen. I'm somehow super light, he's super dark. So we call it interracial probs when we're taking a picture. So
yeah, just because of the contrast, and it was pretty funny. Some pictures you see her, some pictures you see me, and once in a blue moon you get both of us.
Brittany, I can totally relate to the hair problem. Like, I do not like getting my hair wet either, especially when I get my braids in. That costs a lot of money.
Like, don't
even the blowout.
Don't play. It's not the time to play. I don't care how happy you are in the moment. Don't do it.
Yeah,
I know. And he learned over time. But he'd be like, but come on. I'd be like, no, but not. I'm not going.
But why?
But he's used to it. He's used to it now. And there's been a time where I got some good weave put in, and I'll sit there and jump in the water with, and he'll jump and be like, wait a minute, you can't get in here. Wait. He's like, oh, okay,
that was
all right.
For the wedding. She got into the water. I was like, whoa, what happened? You know what you're doing?
More scared than me. Like, I know you just paid all that money for that hair, so why would you get in the water? I'm like, it's okay, we're good, we're fine.
It's a special time.
It's a special time. We're good.
All right. So besides the hair problems and the water, the hair problems and the pictures, are there like choices and interesting things such as food or music that was different? And if so, how did you compromise with that?
As far as food and music, no, not necessarily. Like, everyone already has their own taste in music. I wasn't very open to music, or I don't want to say open, but I wasn't sure how to experience new music or would really listen. It was just kind of like, okay, like what I knew is what I listened to. But she listens to everything, and so she kind of got me in that aspect of just like opening up music. And I absolutely love all kinds of music, from like she'll love indie pop and rap and R&B, and she loves classical and opera and like
Spanish music, everything.
So, I just wasn't very knowledgeable of it, or like have experienced it before to then know like, oh, okay, I do like this or whatnot. And same thing with the food. Like, we've just kind of opened each other's eyes with different foods that we've brought from our family, or like from what we've learned.
Like some collard greens.
Yeah, they're good.
And now some banana pudding and like some southern meals, because I'm from the South. And So I get to, show him some Southern meals, and he'll show me some meals from his family, like chicken poppy seed that I love, and things like that. And like I eat and I listen to everything. I don't just do one thing. I like to have a diverse palette in the sounds in my ears. So, one day I may be craving sushi. The other day I'm craving soul food. The other day I'm craving Indian food. So in the beginning, he didn't have all these different foods, but I would just kind of just show it to him, like, you want to try. He's like, I don't want to. So I would just kind of not force it, but just really put it in his face, like, just try it. Don't you love me? Just try it.
Like zucchini, Brussels sprouts.
Yeah, he was never a big zucchini fan or Brussels sprouts. I would, share that with him. Like, it's so good. I would try to find different ways to see how he can like the food, and, the food that's healthy and even not healthy. But, and then the same thing with music. I listen to everything. And I would say right now, lately, it's definitely been more rap and hip hop and R&B and like the 90s, a lot of the 90s. I play a lot of 90s. I like to just go into my old school bag. But, and, just get him familiar with so many different artists. He knows a lot of music, but he doesn't know all of the artists. So I try to explain, like, that's so-and-so and that's that person. And yeah, so we kind of just learn together and just show him the way. He shows me some things. He shows me some country songs. He swears up and down that I like country because of him, but I've always liked country before him. But yeah.
Well, that's good. That you both are open to each other's differences and like just learning from each other. That's very important in a relationship period. To be open.
Yeah, I think the learning aspect is just that's I think you said it right there. It's just like learning each other and just learning from each other.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot that we've kind of shown each other, and yeah, that's just a big thing. Is just being open to learning and trying it.
Yeah. So just with everything in general, you guys, I guess you guys feel like was there a lot of compromising with everything, or?
Let's see. Is compromising how?
Just with everything in the day-to-day life?
I wouldn't say so at all. There's nothing that really needed to be compromised. Everything really just came easily together. But no, nothing that needs to be.
Nothing different from any other relationship. I get like.
Yeah. No. Mm-mm.
So,
well,
going to the.
I'm sorry. I just thought of one actually.
Oh yeah, you can. Yeah.
The one thing actually that I can think of would be compromising. Would be when getting into different parts of the country or even different parts of the world. I know that we know that not everyone is going to be with the color, be accepting of the color of my skin. So I wouldn't call it necessarily a compromise, but just more so awareness of not everyone is going to be necessarily okay with me. Both of him, both he and I together, but more so me. So I like to look into certain areas before we travel to places to see, okay, is this a like seriously racist place, or are they going to be accepting over here? Are they going to be, I would say that will be the only thing, and vice versa. There are certain things, certain places I probably wouldn't tell him to just sit there and walk through, and
places that she's may have gone to before, but not necessarily think it's a smart idea to take.
Right. So I think that would be the only thing for compromising would be is just kind of thinking about and considering
either or can go openly.
Yeah. Where either one of us can go openly into what parts of the world, in the U.S. and in the world.
Yeah, that's a good point to make. and other countries are more acceptable than
Accepted.
others. You
Yeah.
have to
Oh
recognize
yeah,
that,
Yeah.
absolutely.
definitely. And so since a lot has been going on this year, it's been a crazy year, not just because of the virus, but also what has been going on um with racism and all that. And so, like, do cases like George Floyd, does that affect your relationship in any way? And like, how does your conversations go in regards to racism?
So we've had plenty of conversations about racism previously. Like I mentioned earlier, I didn't see any, like I wasn't observant of it. I was just like, okay, like you're you, I'm me, without really looking at it in that way. Um, so we've had plenty of conversations about it. As far as affecting our relationship, it doesn't really affect us per se. Like obviously, the whole issue of like the injustice and having a bigger um, concern, being African American or being black, and knowing that my wife is. I'm concerned that she even just has the fear of like issues or the problems that are not arising that are there already. It doesn't affect the relationship, but it affects us individually and as a couple of just it's affecting us. It's affecting her, and I'm not happy with it because she's then fearful of like, okay, like things may happen or things are always been problematic and fearful of going out or as she just said, like we can't necessarily go everywhere because there are those issues. So it's kind of like it's unfair because she loves to travel. So being that she loves to travel and is fearful of going to some places, that's not doesn't make me feel good because of the issues that are at hand. Specifically, like how George Floyd had sadly gone down, where it's just like, what, why? But the relationship itself, no, like I don't think we've spoken about the Black Lives Matter movement and a couple of years ago, and I love seeing how it's all transpiring and like change like is hopefully on the uprise and is going to be making an even bigger impact this go around than it has previous times in America's past. And I love seeing how everyone is really jumping on board and kind of going together. Like our biggest idols, I think, are the Lovings, as the first interracial couple to go to the Supreme Court and get it legal. I think that's absolutely ridiculous, but I'm very glad that they got it.
So what he was saying is basically like, just it's sad that there are so many, not justice, no justice things happening right now, and even things stemming from centuries ago to even the fact that we got married on a specific date of June 2nd, which was the Lovings. The same day the Lovings got married, which is Mildred and Richard Lovings, and they were an interracial couple, and they're the couple that fought for justice for them to be able to be together happily, safely, and legally, because it was illegal to be married illegally outside of the race. And then that was years ago, 1960s. And here we are now still having such issues in the world, even though we don't see such issues every single day, but there are issues. And because of George Floyd, we got to continue to keep talking about what issues are going on in the world. We never forgot it. We are going to continue to talk about it. And if we do decide to have kids one day, we will also converse with them and teach them and let them know, the most important things that are happening in life. But does it all affect us? No. If anything, it brings us closer. Because it's something that wants to pull us apart and it's not. And we're going to continue to fight everything that's going on in this world together.
Yeah, it brings us closer to like really support and just love each other even harder, and just kind of let each other know like no matter what, we're still going to be together.
Exactly. Yeah.
Nothing's tearing her away from me.
Nah.
Y'all are like together, like super glued
No,
together.
literally, I'm like right next to him, like on him.
Oh, that's awesome. I did see your picture, and you did mention your caption on Instagram. I realized that. That's pretty awesome that you got married on the same day as I did see the movie.
Did you?
I didn't know. I loved it. Like, I was inspired. It was awesome.
It is. It's a beautiful.
I think it came out Valentine's Day like a couple years ago.
It did. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, she was all over it. She was so happy, and she was like, she loved every bit of it. I was like, oh man, I gotta like find out all the important dates, and
then he surprised me with the DVD and everything, and
then I looked up their wedding day. I was like, oh man, that's a great idea. Do it on their
Let's
day.
do it on their wedding day. So that's what we did.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, I would suggest anyone to watch it out there to get into that. Yeah, that's a good
It's
story.
a really good story.
It's
It
a
is.
great story, but so sad and just
Well,
It is
They
sad,
just
but it's a good
awful
one to
that-
see.
yeah.
Yeah. It's awful that people had to fight to just be together. The world has nothing to do with your relationship, and people. We're the same. I mean, we got different colors, we got different hair textures, but we have the same insides, same blood, same. Like I could easily be giving blood to so and so of different color, and so like it's just.
It's just having different sized feet. It's like it's just something different.
Yeah,
feature about you.
That's it.
Definitely,
I agree with that.
Yeah, I think it's when I think about it, I think it's saddening that you guys would even have to consider, when you want to travel, where are you gonna go, where are you gonna go have fun together and enjoy each other, we're definitely just praying over this world that everybody gets together like you guys are showing. You guys are a great example of loving each other, no matter what the color of your skin is or cultural differences
Thank
are. Definitely. With the society that we live in now, I know you guys was talking about traveling and everything else and going to other countries, but overall, have you guys been mistreated unfairly in the society that we are in now?
Or have you seen other people mistreated unfairly? Have you ever had to intervene or had the courage to do that? Or with any friends, whatever?
No, honestly, we have not witnessed a situation where someone was being unfair to us. I do sometimes, not gonna lie, I will sit there and think about all right, we're walking up to this restaurant and this person may have an attitude today. Who knows? Is it an attitude because I'm Black or we're in an interracial relationship, or is it because they're really having a bad day today? So it's just one of those things that as an African American, I just have that thought of are you purposely being rude, or is that really just you? And then I'll watch them also be the same exact way to other people too. So I don't think that it has actually happened to us, thankfully. But there's
nothing that's been openly known to be that issue.
Right. And if we were to witness anyone, which we have not witnessed anyone yet that I can think of, we would definitely intervene. We will definitely jump in and talk about how unacceptable it is. You just don't do that. We're humans. You don't do that.
Yeah. So what, with everything you've been through and just you guys creating this bond, it's so strong. I'm so happy.
Thank you.
I'm just so happy to I want to we need to get together.
I would love that. Absolutely. We will have fun. We are always a good time. I promise you that. Christina, you know me.
I see you. Yeah, I know you, Brittany. You are definitely life of the party. You're very
I appreciate it, girl. Same to you.
Thank you. So what are some tips or advice you would give to someone who's interested in dating outside their race?
You want me to get it or you want to get it?
Good, you go first.
Okay,
Baby.
all right.
Ladies first.
Ladies first. Okay. I would say that to have fun, don't be scared. I'm not saying every relationship was going to be like ours. As a family is so accepting, especially a lot of things that are going on in this world. It may be different for someone else, but you really don't know until you try, just like anything else. You don't know until you try. Your soulmate could be right in front of you for 10 whole years and not even realize it, that person is really meant for you for the rest of your life. And to also get to know the person, their entire family and their culture and everything that comes along with them, and embrace them, teach each other, learn from each other, and have fun. It's just like, it really is like any other relationship. We just have a interesting, different little bit of a background.
Yeah, I think that any tips for an interracial, do it for you. The relationship is for you and that one other person. You really shouldn't care about what others think, what your family thinks, your friends. Like, it's not about them. It's about you and finding the person that you want to spend time with, to grow with, to learn with, to experience life with. Like, love is blind. It doesn't matter who it is, and you shouldn't be caring about what other people will think or what they're going to say, because it doesn't really matter. They're not in your relationship. It's you and whatever person you want to be with, whatever ethnicity, culture, background, whatever they have to offer and be, that's just who they are. And if you're interested in them or wanting to go further with them, it's okay. So do it for you. Don't do it for anybody else, because it's your life, your love.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, depending on who that person is or whatever, be supportive of everything that they are and everything that comes with them. Michael is completely supportive of everything that is going on in the world. I know he has my back, and I have his back for anything that could be going on for him. And just, again, have fun.
Have fun.
That's the best part of it all. Just have fun, because don't knock it until you try it. So, and I'm glad I did. And before Michael, he's actually the only beautiful white man that I've ever been with. Everyone before him was of color, and that has nothing to do with why I chose him to be mine. He just so happened to be. He actually gave me the ultimatum. He gave me the ultimatum one day. And he was like, one day, he was like, I guess I've.
Hold on.
Okay, go ahead. Okay.
I gotta intervene now. So we're always great friends and whatnot, and after high school, we're off doing our own things, we're living our own lives, and we're always stayed in contact. But it was just more difficult to hang out and see each other
as we grew. Yeah, busy lives. Yeah,
especially you're always out doing something.
Whatever.
But she was always busy. Not that I wasn't, but we try and hang out multiple times, and then it got to a point where I was just like, yeah, I got a little liquid courage that night, and I was like, all right, you know what, I'm gonna say something. So I was like, I said something along the lines as to, one day you're gonna try and hang out with me, and I'm gonna be busy or something
like that. Like, one day you're gonna want to hang out with me and I'm not gonna be available. And from those words right there, it changed everything. I jumped.
I was like, okay, I'll hang out Thursday.
Yeah, I jumped up. I was like, all right, I'm ready. Let's go do whatever on Thursday. Here's our time. This is what we're gonna do. I think he took me fishing. I've never been fishing before, but he took me fishing for the first time. And just even from that little fishing moment, we had the best and the most fun amount of time together. So it was, he pulled me in. And I'm glad he did, because here we are now.
Well, I am so happy I'm happy for both of you. You are a great example of what a relationship should look like overall, not just the interracial, not just because it's color of your skin, but just in general. I really respect what y'all have going on and what y'all built, or what y'all gonna keep building. I'm looking forward to, what y'all have in the future, what's going on. So, if you have anything going on in your life, like if you have a business, you can, promote now. If you have anything, if you want to.
Okay.
My wife is beautiful,
Mm-hmm.
amazing, funny, and smart. If you're ever looking for a good friend, you can find it in her. I'm married to
That's a
beautiful black
That's a good
queen.
one.
I'm married to a
That's-
beautiful black queen.
That's my promotion.
I can't get myself together. And vice versa. If you need a charming young stud like this one, you gotta pay me $1 an hour to do it. I'm just kidding. Psych.
Wow.
That's it for us. Yeah.
All right, so
we want to thank you guys for being on the show. This was absolutely wonderful.
Yes.
I think what I liked about it most is when you guys gave your advice, it sounded like any other advice for any other relationship. It didn't sound like, just for interracial relationships. It was like in general person, anybody can take that advice. And I think that's just, kind of going towards telling everybody that everybody's the same, basically. It doesn't matter what your skin color is or what your culture is. Everybody is just a person, a human being.
Yeah,
and that's exactly what it is. Like a lot of the questions, like there really wasn't anything to be different versus anyone else. Like any relationship is going to have the same learnings and same differences, or different backgrounds. They all have something new to learn. They all have something different about the other person, like do's and don'ts and likes and dislikes, and everyone's got different families, and you could be of the same and the families hate each other. Every relationship is a relationship no matter who's in it. You have many different varieties all the time, so there really is nothing different for our two races to be together than any other two races to be together. I think you said it perfectly, Jonathan.
Definitely. So, thank you again for being on the show.
Yes, thank you, our first guest. Hey, oh yes, our first guest. Yes.
Thank you guys. We're so totally honored to be your first guest.
Yes, we appreciate it so much, and we are just happy to be here.
And thank you for being our first podcast.
Yeah, thank you for being our first podcast too.
Next time on Truth and Honesty. All right.
All right. Bye.
Just being honest.